Hey, Woodsuck here. Thanks for stopping by. Just working on a second part of this eye video series covering different shapes of eyes. First one on the right was a more narrow eye. Today we're working on a wider eye. And at the end of the video, there's going to be a DIY hack for your burrs and toolkit. Basically using an ammo can and turn it into like a toolbox. So if you're compelled to move on from the carving video, you can always go to the chapter mark and go to the toolbox toolkit DIY portion of the video. It's at the end. It's not too long. Pretty simple idea I came up with kind of last minute. But anyway, been in the Midwest here for a few months or more. Now I'm heading back to West Coast pretty soon. Got to wrap up some things in the property. So that'll be fun. Anyway, we got this part 2 video covering the eye. And I'm going to be doing a few more eyes on this series, but also we're going to be working on the nose and the mouth in the future. So stay tuned for that. Also haven't done any wood spirits in a while. I got to get back into that. I kind of like feel like I'm overdue with that department. So working on some ideas right now. Just got to put them to video. As I've mentioned before, I'm not sure the species of this wood. I think it's black walnut. Yeah, this is a good way to practice. Just work on a piece of wood that you're not too worried about messing up. Just do a few practice runs on it, get some warm-up exercise before you commit to a dedicated project. Plus, you can do side-by-side comparisons, see how far you've progressed. In this case, you could look at the one on the right-hand side. It looks okay, but it's a different style. One of the main things of carving is never look at from one angle all the time. Always look from the side, top, bottom. Get different perspective on it, so you get a proper shape of it from all views. Because it may look fantastic straight on, but when you go to the side, for example, you'll find that sometimes it doesn't look that right. Also, try not to limit yourself to one tool too much. Try to branch out and use different ones. Like, for example, here we have a die grinder that's a 1/4 inch with some burr on it. It's a cylindrical burr for making sharp lines, more definitive contours on the eye, which is what we need right now. Bring it out. Yeah, I quite fancy these little carbide burrs. They're designed for metal, but I go ahead and use them for wood. I've mentioned this previous times, and I'll say it again because I can't stress it enough. Just because one thing indicates specific use doesn't mean you can't use it on another thing. It's my philosophy. Sometimes rules can be broken. Just trying to get these rough bits off this piece here. Seems like it's a problem. But once you smooth it down, it gets to be better. Yeah, I switched over to this almost like a football shape oval style carbide burr. It's a still 1/4 inch diameter shank. Like I said, I can't stress these tools enough, even though they're a bit spendy. Everyone's got their own ways of doing things, but this is how I do mine. So this is not the end all solution to your eye carving. Everyone's got different views and procedures. So just my 2 cents, more or less. As we're progressing here, I'm just jumping into a smaller burr size here with a cuts all taper burr extreme. It's a good tool to get into these like tight spots under the eye, lid, for example. It just makes things stand out so much more. Continue to mark the eye with this pencil for a placement where the pupil is. I'm not going to dig too deep in the pupil, just keep it like low relief. That's one thing I've noticed people when they do their eyes, they make a really deep gouge where the pupil is, and I find it kind of like off-putting almost. Because when you look at a normal eye, it's not like that. It's more transparent. There's a covering over it. The cornea, I would imagine. That's what they call it. I'm not too keen on anatomy. But maybe I should delve more into the correct terminology. It would probably improve my education somewhat. Yeah, I switched over to this saber-tooth burr. It's a smaller spherical burr just to remove some more material quicker because I wasn't satisfied with the way the eye was shaped. It's always a continuing back and forth. But it pays off to be focused on details at some point. Not too overly, though, I would say. You don't want to like overdo it. So there it is, end of part 2. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Maybe got some tips and pointers out of it. So here's a cool thing I just worked on. It's the ammo box toolkit. Here we are with the toolbox hack. Using a basic ammo can, and I'm going to put this chunk of wood at the bottom to store my burrs. And then I'm going to line the sides with cardboard or some kind of foam stuff to protect the burrs from dinging against the metal side of the can inside. Piece of wood came off one of my trees. It's like a lodgepole that I cut into planks. And then I'm putting these little burrs in there. Keeps things nice and organized, easy access. Plus, you don't have to fumble around too much. You can take it with you anywhere you go if you're doing remote carving sites. And just some retro scenery from my old cabin interior before the fire took her down. Had this old Fisher stove I cooked on in boiled water. And you got this thermodynamic fan. Pretty cool. Anyway, just wanted to share those old memories, and along with my feathered friends here. The ubiquitous mountain chickadee. Anyway, thanks for watching, and take care out there.